Hi everyone, it is Mickey here from A Pretty Talent, and I am back with a humongous Temu haul. And this one has me very excited because the largest part of this is aimed at journaling the book of Revelations. But there's also some stuff in here for a future workshop, and then of course some random tidbits to just fill up the order. But in any case, okay, so I'm going to put it aside and pull out the different bits as we get to them. This is 3 shirts. They're similar looking shirts, which I threw in sort of after the fact, but I thought they looked lovely. Now they are summer shirts, and it's late autumn here by us, turning winter. But this is rather gorgeous. This is really rather gorgeous. So, t-shirt fabric with some lace here. It's a stretch lace. Very nice. These are just loose pieces. Love the color too. There's another one, and they are similar, so nothing different. Oops, this one gotten stuck in the zipper of the pocket. There we go. Right, so very minty green, also very lovely. And the last one is a sedate black. Nothing different, although the fabric is slightly harder than in the other colors. Still t-shirt, but not quite the same blend, I think. Okay, anyways, that's that. Well, we're busy with the fabric stuff. I think, if I remember correctly, this is the only fabric items, clothing items. Oh, this is cute. This is so the plaits. Okay, so this is very cute, very girly, with the ruffled sleeves, the bias binding around the neck, and this sort of ruched fabric. It's very cute, very girly. Okay. And the rest is going to be primarily stencils. And as I said, aimed at journaling Revelations. Now, some of these are rather horrendous because Revelations has some very awkward imagery. Now, I am going to unpack this one. This one was the last, sort of thrown in at the last minute. It has a lot of the religious symbols. And I thought, well, for Bible journaling, this is going to be very nice. And as you can see, there are some really cute. Now, what snow in South Africa just doesn't ever happen. Any case, I'm just trying to show you real quick. And these are, if I remember correctly, they were 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters. I suppose I can measure them. To get my ruler here. Yep, 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters. So memory served right there. And there they are. Very Christmassy. A lot of them Christmassy. I'm not a very Christmassy person. Now, when I say that, I like Christmas as much as the next person, but I'm not into the imagery of Christmas. And this I like, this bull, because there are loads of references to bulls in the Bible. Even the camel, I just sort of, maybe those 2 Christmas trees or whatever they are on the back, I'll just tape them closed, and then I can do that. I like the word believe here. Okay, loads of Christmas. I didn't count them now. What was it? I think 60, 64, something like that. I like this one. A shepherd with a lamb. Oh, I like that one. I kind of like this one even better. And this one even better. So there are loads of shepherds. Palm trees are great. These are the 3 wise men. We've had an angel like this before. I wonder what the difference is between the two. Reindeer, not South African. Loads of mangers. Now there's a nice camel. Okay, let's back it up. I don't want to spend the whole night on this, but it is kind of interesting to see the images. Okay, more palm trees. I like the palm trees because they represent desert, oasis, kinds of, loads of these nativity scene things as well. Lots and lots of them. There's a nice angel. There's another camel and a guy on a camel like that too. Here's a shepherd without a lamb. Another nativity, Christmas baubles. Nativity, Christmas tree. That will not be a Christmas tree. That'll just be a tree for me, but whatever. And the last set. Merry Christmas. What's that? Animals. A cow and a donkey in a barn. A Christmas tree. Okay, didn't we have this before? Certainly had something very similar. It feels to me as if some of these are repeating, and probably they're not. There might be slight differences, but honestly not big enough to really warrant having more than one. This one is cute. I like the scale of this one, because these are the kinds of stencils that I use to highlight text rather than illustrate text. Anyway, you'll probably see some of these at least in future projects. I'm not going to say all of them now. Here's an interesting one. This is, according to the description, an Egyptian pyramid, I suppose. But I am undoubtedly going to take it further than that, because there are descriptions of these in Revelation with exactly this kind of description, and in other places of the Bible as well. So this is one that I thought would be very, very nice to have. Now this one, now I'm just going to pull them out of the packaging. Oh, get the bin closer. This is literally all I could find for scales and measuring and not measuring up and that sort of thing you can do with the scales. I don't mind the laurel leaves, but they're humongous, and I would have to think a bit about using those. They're not so obvious as to what one could do with them. I'm wondering if I should toss the packaging. I'm kind of rethinking myself here. Okay, so then we have, well, this is a set. Why are all the glues coming off the packaging? I don't know. So what have we got here? Oh, these are the faces. So 2 female, a larger and a smaller, and 2 male, a larger and a smaller. These are nice. These are nice. Okay. Oh, this is a stamp set. Bees. They're really cute. I still have a thing for bees. Now, there you can see it better. Haven't I got a white background for you to see this on? Oops! It's not entirely white. I've written on this, but there you'll be able to see it better. Love the daisies. The grass. Oh, that's a cute one. It's really for the hive that I bought this one. I wanted the hive. I've got lots of bee stuff already, but I wanted the hive. This is the camel. I bought the camel, and I like the smaller camels, but I wanted the larger camel. That's a cute camel. And it doesn't have Christmas stuff on its back, which is a bonus. Okay, now these are weird, very awkward. And they are intended for Halloween. They're marketed for Halloween, but I want them to represent the dead. And so I bought them. And we'll see how I use them and if I use them. I don't know, I'll use this one. This is a bit weird. Okay, but anyways, we'll see. We'll see. Oops, my map. Wait, goodness, sorry. I've got a map here that I've printed. And this is actually, it's the start of my Revelations Bible study because I've been waiting for this parcel. And I've started preparing the Bible study for it. And the map is of the 7 churches mentioned in Revelations, in the book of Revelation. I know some people get very hung up on the fact that it's Revelation and not Revelations, and I'm less concerned. Okay, I've got to say, yes, this is, yeah, it goes like this. Revelation, whatever, I say Revelations, speaks of a lot of evil stuff. It's the overcoming of the evil. That's the in essence the book. And so when I did a search for stencils to use with the Revelations, it honestly threw my algorithms out so completely that I got confronted with horrendously evil images. And I'm still trying to get rid of those. But so some of these, like this one now, kind of have me wondering a little bit about whether I will actually use it. But there are references to him who holds the 7 stars in his hand. And when we do the Bible study, we'll get to that. I kind of like this. Now that would then be God's hands directing the universe. But this you can use elsewhere in the Bible as well, for creation. Psalms talks about the fact that God holds the universe in his hands. Job has references to it. So there are other places in the Bible where you could use this as well. Not necessarily the satellite there. Don't necessarily like that. It'd be interesting to see if you could move this around a bit. In any case, yes. So that is the idea here. But saying that, I also know full well that some of this imagery has some crossover into what is not too kosher. Okay. Anyways, we'll play around with those. See if, what, how, when. I will say this. I'm not scared of evil. I think evil should be scared of believers, not the other way around. Now this one has me super excited. This is a set of 4. Super excited, and you will immediately know why. Look at this volcano erupting. Now, oh my word, destruction and Armageddon and whatever. you can do a lot with that one. And they're all in that vein. Here's a volcano. Stunning. I like the circle here. And they're huge, aren't they? These are the waves. So these are lovely waves, tossing and stormy waves. So I like that as well. They can also be winds. I think they are winds because this is a tree. So I suppose these are supposed to be winds. Well, they can be either waves or winds. Let's just, there's no reason why I shouldn't use them for both, honestly. Are these trees? I think so. They kind of look like trees to me. And then there's this, which looks like a sulfuric explosion, doesn't it? But in any case, also the chaos and the whatever. So I was kind of excited about those. Kind of like the idea of those. This one, oh my goodness, this one. I have been stenciling, it feels to me like the same books over and over and over again. And I got so tired of that stencil that when I saw this one, I thought, that's it. So you can use this as a whole. You could use that book on its own. You could use that book on its own. These two together, that one on its own. These two together. So there's a couple of possibilities on this stencil. But yeah, we are definitely going to be seeing that, I think, often. I don't think it's going to be a once-off thing. This is, yeah, I love this stencil. And it's again one that I can use in a number of places in the Bible. Because this is a veiled woman. And yeah, women in the Bible wore veils. Rebecca, when she sees Isaac, she covers herself with a veil. Amongst others. Okay, so lovely stencil for Bible journaling. Oh, these I was excited to find. This is, let me just see which one this is. I think these are the yes, the Greeks. All these old ancient Greek images. And since ancient Greece is the New Testament period of time, well, it's actually Rome, but the Greek period had just passed. So that's why the New Testament is written in Greek, and these Greek images will still go very well with that period of time. By the way, the prophecies of Daniel refer solidly to Alexander and the division of the Greek kingdom after Alexander and his 4 generals. If you know something about the Greek culture, history, you will recognize that immediately in the book of Daniel. These are fantastic stencils, even if you take them out of Bible journaling. They're rather nice patterns, aren't they? I like this one, Greek philosophers. Okay. There's an interesting one. I like the word Greece there. And specifically written like that. Now, what's this funny guy with the horns and a tail? Ew, and this serpent. So these must be Greek deities, and I'm going to have to do my homework on these. I am going to have to do my homework on these. Okay. Can't say I'm too thrilled about that deities, but whatever. Idolatry is certainly mentioned in the Bible. More crows, as if I didn't have enough. Like that. More crows. I'm still looking to do. How does this one go? I don't know. Ooh, I'm gonna have to figure this one out. I think it goes like that. And I'm still going to do the Bible study on crows. It's still in my planning, but I haven't gotten around to it. These are all silhouettes. They don't have a lot of detail in the stencils. More silhouette stencils. 9 of them. Silhouette stencils are nice, but a little bit limiting. Let me just say that, a little bit limiting. Okay, I did not order a whole lot of dies. Handful. I don't even sure it's a handful. Where does this thing open? I can't find the opening. It's something there, but to which way? I don't know. There. Open it like that. Okay. These are lamps. Now, lots of references to lamps and lampstands and things in Revelation specifically, but also, of course, in the rest of the Bible. These are very nice, especially this oil lamp. Okay, very nice. Very, very nice. I think I must put it back since it came apart. Oh, goodness. Just to keep them together. You know what, I'll just put it on a different place on the table because this little baggie doesn't work for me. Angels. I bought angels. And then I do believe that I actually bought 2 sets of the same angels. Okay, this is an angel on a cloud, and this is Jesus' baptism. And the only reason that I allowed this, because I won't buy stencils with images of Jesus. I don't like images of God at all. But this one I liked because you can do this one from the back. So you don't actually see the face of Jesus. Because let me just say this. What people believe to be the face of Jesus, there's no grounds for that. Okay? So I like that. But also, if I take the Holy Spirit away there, well, the Holy Spirit, the dove. The Holy Spirit came down in the form of a dove. So if I take the dove away, kind of just do it to there, this can be anybody being baptized. It can even be Naaman washing himself in the River Jordan. So this is, again, it has more uses. If I take the water away and I just do that, then this is someone just praising God. You know, take that away, then this is just praise. If I include that and I take the water away, then this can be Pentecost. So depending on what you use in the stencil, there's a lot of uses for this one. Angels, I am not fond of angel images, but Revelations is filled with images of angels. Don't think they look like this, but whatever. Oh, this is my this is the bad one. I needed to get a woman to be a seductress, and this is the one I settled on. But let me tell you, I opened a can of worms. On the algorithms, I opened a can of worms. Don't like that can of worms. Oh, yippee, yippee, yippee. This one is yippee, yippee, yippee. This is the Greek alphabet. I wish I could find a Hebrew alphabet stencil of the Hebrew alphabet as well. I'm going to say this so softly. I did Hebrews. I studied ancient Hebrew at varsity. Just for a year. So for those of you who know anything about ancient Hebrew, you'll know that a year's not nearly enough. but I did, and I did very well. But then, yes, well, that was years ago, and I didn't keep up with it, and I can recognize the Hebrew alphabet, but I can hardly read it at all. So I wish I could get this in Hebrew as well. I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and the end. I love this. I love this. I absolutely love this. And I also love that the names of the letters are here. Very nice. Very, very nice stencil. So glad I found this. This one I just couldn't resist. I have nowhere to use it. Absolutely nowhere to use it. But I couldn't resist it. I thought this bison was gorgeous. So what are we going to do with this bison? I don't know. I'll figure something out for it, I'm sure. Okay, the bride, the images of the bride in Revelations and elsewhere in the Bible. So I got a bride and bridesmaids. They're all referred to. So I thought that'd be nice. Now these are super interesting stencils. Super interesting. You will have to wait for me. Why are all these glues coming off? I don't know. Okay. You'll have to wait for me to unpack these to see them. Me too, because there's a couple of them. There we go. That's a face. Can you see her? There's a woman's face appearing out of these dots. That's so interesting. And this one is also a face. Here's the neck, ear, there's the mouth, the eyes. Very nice. Very nice. They're going to be so interesting. I'm going to have to stencil those elsewhere first to just sort of see what one is supposed to do with that. Now this is lovely. Where's that white page again? Let me just get these stencils because they're disappearing under the... There's the white page. Here we go. That's books with a feather and ink, magnifying glass and a key, an old pocket watch, a book roll, old typewriter. Here's a hand with a feather and some manuscript writing. There's a lamp, and here's a candelabra, candle holder. Love this. If you know anything about the Bible, you know that these are going to be super useful all over the Bible. Oh, let me not put this away too quickly. Here's another stencil set. And this one particularly bought for references to feasting. So not too interested in the words, more interested in the images, and especially this one here. The rest of them are great, but I was especially interested in this one here. This is a Thanksgiving one. Gobble till you wobble. I'm stuffed with thanks. Ugh. I'm truly grateful for everything you do. Snuggle weather is here. Ugh, the words are really garbage. But I like this feast. I think of Psalm 23 that says, we will sit down to a feast that God had prepared for us in the presence of our enemies. And this one would work wonderfully there as well. Wasn't bought for Psalm 23, but just looking at it, I'm thinking it'll work brilliantly. Now, again. Okay, these are the grapes. Grapes. How does this one work? Oh, I think like that. And like that. There's more grapes, and then I really loved the vat. It's very badly weeded, but I loved this vat. There's not enough references to that in Revelations, but there are other references to it as well. This one, I kind of thought anything where it's mentioned that messages were sent, that maybe one could use this one. And anywhere in the Bible, not just Revelations. So again, you've got your feather pen, you've got seals being broken. Okay, there's quite a bit one can work with here. Also a very nice pattern there. Okay. Ooh, this was a weird one. This is a dragon. And I was so on two minds about whether I wanted this or not. And then I decided, okay, I'm going to throw it in. But it's weird, isn't it? It's kind of like a lizard with bat wings. I might never use this one. We'll see. We'll see. This is a set of crowns. How come I have this packaging over here? I don't know. Okay, this is a set of crowns, because there are a tremendous amount of references to crowns in the Bible, and I have only a very limited number of crowns that I can stencil or stamp, and I decided to expand a bit on my collection, because when you do a lot of journaling, you kind of get tired of doing the same image over and over again. So this is going to allow me a bit of a wider scope on the crowns. And I know there's a stamp set that I bought as well with crowns. So we'll get to that in a sec. These are people. And I loved these figures. What was it? The Good News Bible. I had a Good News Bible. I've since given it away, because I buy a lot of Bibles and I read through them, and then I pass them on that someone else can benefit from them. And I think it was my Good News Bible that had these kinds of drawings in the margins. I bought that Bible when I was still at school. It was the first English Bible I bought. Bought it on holiday at the seaside. There was a Christian bookshop there, and my brothers and I spent so much time in that Christian bookshop. We loved going there. This one, this is the Great Wall of China, but there are images here that I thought one could use outside of China. You think about Nehemiah, the rebuilding of the wall, or the palace walls, or, references like that. You don't have to use the whole image. You can as well. What does it matter? In any case, yes. Oh, and this woman just appealed to me. She absolutely... There are, I suppose, two instruments that I adore, that people play with such passion, and the one is the violin. I know someone's going to shoot me because there's a violin and a whatever, and the other one is the saxophone. And those two instruments, if you depict them with this passion, it kind of just moves my heart. Now, I'm not sure I will use this one. But there is a specific place in Revelations where I thought this could be used. And I don't want to get ahead of the Bible study, but that's what I bought it for. This one was extremely cheap, really, really cheap. Otherwise, I would not have bought it because this is a bit of a silly one. Really a bit of a silly one. But there are factors here that I like. Not the Martian. Couldn't care less about the Martian. But if I take the rest of this out, then these are two people running for their lives. And I can use that. This I can once again do for wind or waters that are milling or whatever. And of course that I can use this, whatever. Okay, so I thought it had potential. This one goes with another set, so I'm going to put it aside for the moment. These are again mice. I'm building up such a collection of mice. And can I tell you something? I haven't used a single one of them yet. I will. There goes my map again. But I haven't yet. These mice are taking cover under flowers from the rain. Friends make the world beautiful. I like the saying there. Sometimes I like words and sometimes I don't. Proteus. I couldn't resist these. Where's the opening? There. Oh, it's going to be double packaging. But that's okay because you can see it like this. This is the most lovely Protea stamp. And Proteus, the King Protea is the national flower of South Africa. So, love that. Here are the crowns. I told you there would be crowns. A stamp set with crowns. And here they are. Oh, I think I might like this even better than the stencils. Certainly gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. The bull. Lots of references to bulls in the Bible. Golden calves, bulls, idolatry related to bulls, the sacrificing of bulls. Lots of references to bulls. This one I thought was a powerful image of a bull. Now this. There goes the glue again. Oh. Let me just pull this Protea stamp set out of the stencils. I put it in the wrong pile. This is, how does this go? Something like that. Okay. This is a mask emerging from the ground. Now, what I was thinking with this was the dead calling out to God. I thought maybe I could use this kind of thing for that image. It's also what I was kind of thinking with the skeletons. I don't know until I actually start planning the journaling per se. I won't really know which way I'm going to go. There is one single reference in the Bible. One single reference in the Bible where it says the demons came out like frogs. Doesn't say the demons were frogs. And the demon hunters has made frogs into demons ever since. But I kind of thought these were cute. Maybe if I take the flowers away, I can do... I can journal this image there. Revelations only has 22 chapters. So I can certainly not journal all of these images. But anyways. Psalm 51. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. I have actually just over this past weekend, and it's Monday here by me at this moment. I don't know when this video is going to be shown, but I'm unpacking this on a Monday. And just this past weekend, I have journaled this heart. I traced it in the Bible, colored it with, painted it with watercolors. And what an opportunity missed to use that stencil. Well, I'll still use the stencil. Okay, here's another one of those that I'm going like, this is a weird one. I don't normally buy stencils like this. I don't like stamps, images at all. It's the references to dead and death. It was kind of hard to find references that it's not completely obnoxious. Angels. These are the angels that I thought I'd bought 2 sets of. Now there is still another set coming, and if I'm correct, the other set is bigger than this one. I'm going to keep this one on the side so that when we come upon the other one, we can compare. Okay, these are crocodiles. Where does this thing open? Here. They are gorgeous. I can't recall why I bought these. It's something to do with Revelations, but I'm trying to think in my head. And I'll just come out and honestly admit I don't know. These are the books of the Bible, sorted according to types. No, not entirely. Not entirely. That's Malachi and Matthew next to each other. So no, the sorting doesn't actually make a lot of sense. But I thought these were nice. And there's 10 stickers in the pack. They're all the same. And I thought they'd be very nice for a journaling workshop. I don't think I bought any other stickers. Ichthus. The fish. The symbol that Christians drew in the sand without the word Jesus on the inside. Just the fish symbol called Ichthus. And that's how they identified themselves as being Christian to each other. Mice. Nothing to do with Bible journaling, nothing to do with Revelations. Just cute mice. I read the book Who Moved My Cheese and I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's a tiny little book. If you haven't read it yet, get it. It's cute. That's a cute one. Okay, here are the other Greek stencils. And here you go. Again, Greece. The pillars. I like this. And then the one that I particularly wanted was the chariot, the horse-drawn chariot. I was particularly interested in that. Okay, but all Greek images. Oh, this one. This one. It is yet another angel. This one is playing the harp. Oh, wow. I like this. Right, then we have an anchor. I have other anchors, but I liked this one because it was a little worn. I thought it was a particularly nice anchor. Nothing to do with Revelations though. Okay, this is, where does this open? Here. This is an image of a beautiful woman, could be a bride, whatever it is. Just absolutely loved this. Happy birthday, beautiful. Some girls just sparkle. Okay, whatever, the words or whatever. I'm thinking I might have to stop the video first and go download part of it first, because there's only so much space on my camera. I bought 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they are for the art journaling class. These are the golden ratios for drawing a face. That's good. That's very nice. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to just very quickly download this first half of the video, and then I'll unpack the rest of the... Let me do one more. And then I'll unpack the rest of the parcel, because it's a huge parcel. It's 90 pieces, and it doesn't count the individual stencils. So there's a humongous amount. These are... There you go. Those are the zebras. There's a zebra emerging from all these stripes. And there's the zebra. And then you have this woman in a hat emerging from the lines. Oh, there we go. Here's a zebra, kind of a top view of a zebra looking down on it in the lines. So I bought a couple of arty stencils. What am I seeing? Oh, I'm looking at this wrong. There's the face. There's the face. Oh my word, it's gorgeous. So I bought a couple of arty stencils. Look at that. And I thought we could do we can do something a little bit different with those. No, let me first stop, because I want to keep on packing, and I shouldn't. And I'll be back just now. So give me a sec. Okay, I am back, and I have taken the opportunity to quickly make myself a cup of coffee. So I just figured I should. But let's continue. What is this? Well, I don't know. We shall have to see. Very curious. Looks like water on the back. I think these are water. Oh, I know. I was looking for palm trees, and came upon this set, and so I thought I'll just get the set. The set was not too expensive. So if you take the little sailboat out, those are some nice palm trees. That's a wave rider, a surfer. Again, some very nice palm trees. Here's a beautiful one. Don't necessarily want the dolphins jumping. It's very gimmicky. I like this, the reflections in the water. Elephants. Okay, elephants is not really mentioned in the Bible. They refer to elephant tusks, but not really elephants. This is gorgeous. This you can use in the Bible. Lovely. Yeah, again the sailboat, constant sailboat thing. You can just take that out. Not in the Bible. But nice. Okay, this is really nice. This is really, really nice. That's a nice addition. Loads to do with that. Okay. So that's a nice set. And the set was pretty much in line with buying the a stencil. It was not an expensive set, so it cost a little bit more, but not too much. Got way more. This is an extremely interesting stencil. There we go. It has the barcodes and interesting words. I love you, dream, heart, peace, happy, smile, love. 4589153246. I don't know what that is. Is that number supposed to represent something? If so, then I'm not familiar with it. I might have to Google that and just see. But this is nice. I thought this had potential, so we'll see. Okay, and then still with that theme of the grapes, I found this one, and I would not have bought it had it not been for this jar. This, what do you call this? The flask. I thought that was gorgeous. These, whatever, but that's the one I bought it for. Here's another set. Oh, this is very much in line with those other figures. You're going to think you've seen it before. It's not quite so, because if you think back, the others were couples and these are singles. These are single ladies. The others were images of couples. So they are two different sets, but in the same line, in the same vein. Okay, this is what I was waiting for. This is not for Bible journaling. This is, my niece is studying, what do you call this? She's at a hotel school, culinary sciences, and well, it's one of my big loves as well. And I thought this would be very nice because you could do a recipe book, a recipe journal, all sorts of things. And remember this one that I kept aside? This is where this now comes in. That little image there, that's the die for that image. So I shouldn't put her there. This is really nice. Well, there are areas in the Bible where I could think of using that as well, but that's not what it was bought for. I can already tell that I have gotten lost somewhere in the images of the women, the bride kind of concept, because I've bought way too many of them. I have way more than I need, and here are two more. See if I didn't have enough already. But these are gorgeous, aren't they? I am thinking of moving my Wednesday Bible studies to Sundays, Sunday afternoons, so that we can do more journaling, would have more time to journal. Oh, here's another cloth one. I'd forgotten about this shirt, but here's yet another shirt. It's got a bit of a wide neck. And it has 3/4 sleeves. Not nearly as girly as the other ones that I bought. Oh, wow, this is small. This is smaller than I thought it would be. There are 6 of them. And they're also stickers. I forgot about these being stickers. I knew I'd bought them, but I forgot about them being stickers. So the art journaling course that we're doing has an art therapy aspect to it. And this is the emotional wheel. So we have these words that we use. I'm feeling sad, anger, happy, whatever it is. And then there are more words. So think of sad here. Guilty, abandoned, despair, depressed, lonely, bored. And for guilty, remorseful, ashamed. For abandoned, ignored, victimized, despair, powerless, vulnerable. Just to try to help you get to the actual descriptive words for what you are experiencing, rather than falling back on, I'm upset. What do you mean you're upset? I don't know. I'm upset. What does that mean? I'm upset. Well, that's it. We try to, in narrative therapy, we try to get you to speak the words you truly feel. And when I combine art therapy with narrative therapy, I take the art. We start at the art and help you discover your words through pictures. That's kind of the idea there. Anyways, there should be 6 of those. And we'll see just now when we unpack them, where they will come out. Now these are also universe stencils. Oh, it's gorgeous. Looks like the Milky Way, doesn't it? I'm not much of a geography expert. I can tell you these are fabulous. Oh, I should do a video where I do a galaxy journal. Let me grab this to show you what I'm talking about. Oh, you don't need stencils for that. So here's a galaxy interpretation that I've done, and at John. Where am I at now? Matthew. Luke. There. Here's another kind of interpretation at John. And I should do something like that on a video to just kind of show you what I do. I don't think this Bible has more, but anyways. These are lovely, aren't they? These are lovely. Okay. Oh, this one is humongous. Now, I did actually this time check the sizes after I bought them. I went back and checked the sizes after the fact. I loved these hands. I'm apathetic about the heart. I like the crown as well. Although the whole image in itself, not bad. But I loved the hands. That's what this was about for me. Those hands. Okay. Oh, here they are. My horsemen. I don't have nearly enough for Revelations. I bought another one. But let me quickly show you something with stencils. So if you want more of these, then you'd stencil this one this way, just turn it about and stencil it the other way, and most people won't even realize that you've used the same picture. Some will, and they'll feel very good about themselves, and you'll applaud them for having noticed that, and move on from there. Oh, this is this is way too big. Way too big. It's 12 inches, 30 centimeters, and then we still have what? another 35 centimeters. My Bible is not that big, by 30 centimeters. Now, I've got to grab the Bible here behind me. I need to take this one out of its packaging first. Oh goodness, it's humongous. I'm not opening anywhere specific. I just want to see how it fits on in the Bible. It can actually. It can still. If you sort of lose a little bit, maybe the feet of the horse, stuff like that. In the big Bible, you'll just be able to get away with it. But you're going to have to plan it carefully. These are the Romans. So I had the Greeks, and these are the Romans. I already have Egyptian stencils, so I wasn't looking for Egyptian stencils. They've got some really nice Egyptian ones as well, but I've got in my collection. These are the Romans. They're very similar. But it's because the two periods follow shortly on each other's heels. And so there are going to be similarities, but these are some really nice images, aren't they? I can see me using these images in numerous places, actually. Okay, there's another one of those. That's two now. Oh, yeah. It's this was for the angels. Yeah. Okay, that's cute too. I like the shepherd. I have lots of nativity scenes, so I'm not too concerned with that. This is a nice size shepherd. Those others are really small. These are nice sized wise men as well. But anywhere in the Bible where someone brings tribute to another or pays taxes or whatever it is, there are loads of places. I should stop saying loads of. Why do I say loads of? Lots of. I don't know, whatever. I'm probably not going to stop it. There are lots of places in the Bible where you can use those, not necessarily all three together like that, because that's going to be a little, it's a bit too obviously the three wise men. When did angels start getting halos? I don't know. Okay. Here's another one of those weird stencils. And those who are into zombie apocalypses and stuff like that will probably recognize this from there. Now, I'm not into zombies. Zombies are non-entities. They don't exist. They're a figment of man's imagination. But I did like this once again for the dead crying out from the grave. Before I purchase things, I should just make up my mind as to what I want to do so that I don't have loads of images and only one text to use all of those images for. I'll probably find more. I will probably find more. I was just thinking Revelations. What is this huge? Oof. This is the set that I think threw out all my algorithms. But in any case, yes, the Phoenix. Folklore. This one I like. This one I like just because it's gorgeous. This one I like because it's gorgeous. Nothing to do with Bible journaling. There are precious few of these. There's a reference to a tiger in Revelations, believe it or not. What's this? The dolphins. They're cute. Nothing to do with Revelations. Horses, lots of horses in Revelations, but I have lots of horses in any case. I know these birds have a specific name. I can't remember. I just call them the Christmas birds because people always use them with Christmas images. That's not for Revelations. This is also not for Revelations, but Samson, the story of Samson has jackals, references to jackals. So that's a nice place to use jackals. Well, I'll always get giraffes just cause. Love giraffes. And a dog. There's, there are more references to dogs in the Bible. There's one specific where, what's the guy's name? Starts with a J. Oh my goodness, his name is at the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. In the book of Judges, he says that whatever comes to him from his house first, he will sacrifice to God, thinking that it would be his dog. Now I need to check myself. Is this an idea I have left over from a children's Bible? Or does the Bible actually say that? Correct me. Do go read his story. In any case, then it's his daughter that meets him and he ends up sacrificing her, although people try to make it that she just didn't get married. Not what the Bible says. Just while we're on that topic, if you read the books preceding Judges, you will know that God never, ever, ever said that people ought to be sacrificed. As a matter of fact, there are payments to avoid people being sacrificed. So he could have made a payment and not sacrificed his daughter had he known God's law. Which apparently he didn't. But the book of Judges is really a slide downhill where they get progressively worse and worse and worse. To the point where they then need a king because, they've forgotten God is king. Here's one of the reasons why I bought this set. And whether I will actually use this in my Bible, I'm still uncertain. But it's one of the images that I thought would depict evil without being horribly evil. Because, my goodness, people, there's a world of evil out there. And then this one. Oh, try as I might, I couldn't leave this one. I just loved this one. And I have some really nice lion stencils already, or stencils of lions already, but I couldn't resist this one. There's 3 and 4. Okay. There's a reference in Revelations to a pregnant woman. Now I'll leave the little baby clothes and things aside. But that's what I was thinking with that one. And of course, card making. Every friend that falls pregnant, although these days, honestly, they normally the children of friends. I'm at that age group. These were vegetables. And I threw these in because you always get fruit. Well, that's fruit. You always get fruit. Now, there's fruit and fruit. What's this? Pumpkin? I don't know. But you never get vegetables, or you rarely get vegetables. And so when I came upon this stencil set, I thought that was fabulous because I love vegetables. Love vegetables. We had such a humongous vegetable farm. That's fruit. 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 And this is the one that people are on the fence about. Tomatoes. Fruit or vegetable? Don't put it in a fruit salad. We had a humongous vegetable garden. We loved eating from that vegetable garden. This is it. The second set. Let's compare. Did I double up? Absolutely, yes, I did. Double up. Well, it is one of those things. The dragon. I bought the dragon. Where does this thing open here? It's kind of one of these mechanical dragons. I suppose you've got to see this side. Well, we'll see. And what's left? I can't. Okay, there are the remainder of those two. No, I can't put too much left in there. This. Okay, wait. Here's the dragon I'm still missing. I knew I had another one. Okay. Because I was uncertain what I wanted to do with the dragon. So this is the, oh no, honestly. This is a stencil of a dragon. This is the stamp. And where's that bloke? Here he is. That's the die. Well, certainly not all three of them, but we'll see which one we end up using. This must be it. Okay. So this you will have seen before. These are 5 more of these sketchbooks. And I have unpacked them in the previous Temu haul. Let me get the other one. I bought one copy before because I wanted to see if it was any good at all, and it is actually fantastic. There are some brilliant drawing activities in here, some nice information, but what is fabulous about this book is that throughout you have these QR codes, and literally throughout the book you have the QR codes, which takes you to YouTube videos on these lessons. And making this actually a book, a video book. Now books are e-books. Books are interesting. If you haven't seen a book yet, books are e-books that the pictures come alive, they're videos. And this is a printed book, pretty much, with those QR codes included. But in any case, so that for the art therapy class, the art journaling class that we're doing. Shall I pull this in so you can have an idea? Look at this humongous amount of stencils. Let me not fold them now. With still this little set, with all of these stamps, with a handful of dies, and a teeny weeny number of stickers, and was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tops as well. And honestly, this was not cheap, but it didn't cost me nearly as much as you would think it did. I don't actually want to talk money. But this was under 2,000 rand. I'm just going to say that it was under 2,000 rand. 4 blouses, tops, 5 books, a heap of stencils, and the huge stencils, the majority of them are huge. loads of stamps, handful of dies, and a couple of stickers, and dirt cheap. All together, dirt cheap. Is it too much? If you're journaling for yourself, personal purposes, that might be too much. But I have workshops, and I make the videos, and I don't make money out of the videos. But altogether, with all of that in mind, I think for me, yes, you might have to consider and maybe be a little bit more careful than I am. Don't buy 3 dragons, just decide which dragon you want, that sort of thing. Also journal in different sized Bibles, you've seen that. So that's another reason why I kind of like the idea of having different sizes. And when people come for the journaling workshop, certainly they come with different sized Bibles as well. So I don't only cater for my own Bible. And that's kind of how I decide whether I'm willing to spend the money or not. But let's quickly talk about the fact that I'm not making money out of the videos. You need to have way more followers than I have on YouTube to make money out of videos, out of posting videos. And so on that note, let me make a request. I've never done this before, but let me make a request. Don't you want to subscribe, like, comment, share, do something to just help me grow the channel? I'm not tremendously interested in the income, but I do believe that what I'm doing is spreading the word of God, and I would love for you to take my hand in doing that. And hear me, I'm miles away from making money. People think if you post on YouTube, you're going to make money. I'm miles away, miles away. It's not about the money, it's about spreading the gospel. So if you don't mind, subscribe, like, comment, do something, share. Not necessarily this video, share the ones with the Bible studies. But I would appreciate that. In any case, thank you for your time. And if I can find, there it is, the clicker, I'm going to say, may you go with God. Look out for the Bible studies on Revelations. I am going to start that soon. And I want to do Revelations. I want to journal Revelations in a way that it's not a lot of hogwash. Revelations has a specific meaning. It was meant to be understood. It's not, how can I be nice about this? I'm going to read Revelations in a responsible manner without the load of fictional nonsense that people throw into Revelations. And I'm going to show you that it's possible to understand Revelations, provided you know the Bible, because there is a bit of pre-knowledge necessary when you come to the last book in the Bible. But we will get to that when we deal with Revelation. So look out for that. In the meantime, cheers, go with God, bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.